Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 30th. We're going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we're going to see what is going on for you in your current general energies. Love it. You have this riches card and this eccentricity card. So some of you are clearly focusing on your wealth or success or, good things coming in for you here. I wouldn't focus on your weaknesses with this Five of Pentacles. Again, Five of Pentacles is the card of poverty, but really it's a card that says do not call attention to your weaknesses. It says focus on your strengths. And I feel like I've definitely said that to you before. It kind of reminds me of basically we can't be good at everything, right? So in work or business, whatever you're doing, I feel like you need to realize that you should focus on the things that you're actually good at. That's what's going to bring the riches into your life, the abundance, the wealth. And but if you're focusing on things that aren't working, then I think you're going to have a hard time. So, or if you focus on the things that you're not good at, right? So I would focus on, clearly the stuff that you're good at here. I would also be open to eccentric ideas. Again, I've been talking about this for months now, that we're entering into Pluto and Aquarius in March. So, the eccentric energy, I think, is Pluto and Aquarius. Basically, any weird new ideas that you come up with in work or business especially could be very, very successful for you. Because, again, Pluto and Aquarius is going to reward kind of outside the box thinking, unique ideas. You have the Hierophant here, which is literally my card of thinking outside the box, needing to think outside the box. So any of that could bring in riches or more success or abundance into your life. You have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hangman. It's kind of interesting because I get two stories here. For some of you, I feel like a breakup or a separation has maybe slowed you down a little bit, or maybe it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's shaking your confidence a little bit or something along those lines. It looks to me like you're finally moving past that. So if that happened, I feel actually pretty good about it. I feel like you're kind of moving past it. The other thing that I'm feeling here is, of course, again, needing to focus on something that you've learned, maybe about yourself. You have the Hangman here. He's put himself in Hangman mode so that he can gain enlightenment. His head is glowing here. This to me says you've kind of learned what you need to do in whatever area of your life you're trying to improve. And now I feel like you just need to do it. I feel like you need to start moving forward. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, literally. So it's like you've learned the things that could make you very successful. I wouldn't, spend too much time doing the things that don't work, right? With this Five of Pentacles energy, I would focus, especially in your life, whatever you're good at. This person here, he has a bell around his neck, and the bell represents a time where lepers had to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they're coming down the street. And that's the part that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. I'm saying this because you literally have the strength card showing up here. You also have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, definitely not time to give up. I would keep pushing forward. I would actually push towards your heart, of course, going this direction. The Ace of Cups could be love, but it can also just represent heart-based energy. This could be for business or work or love or spirituality, whatever it is that you're working on. And the Ace of Cups says, do the things that make you overflow. Do the things that bring happiness and joy into your life. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Star card, exactly what I was talking about. The Star is Aquarius, so definitely embrace those weird new, Aquarian ideas because we're entering into this time of Aquarius, Capricorn. I would be doing whatever you could to come up with new ideas, new opportunities, new things in life. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you here as well. I would also say that this card says what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. She's normally pouring water onto land, and that comes from the pool of universal consciousness. So it basically says that, you can create something you want, or you can have whatever you want if you just kind of set your mind to it. So I feel like you have to set your mind to the things that you want in life. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely regrets here, by the way. If this is a breakup or a separation, I feel like someone has big regrets about letting you go. But at the same time, I feel like you healed. I feel like you're moving on. Look, you go this way, Ace of Cups, maybe you're focusing on your own heart. Six of Wands. This person right here is meant to look jealous, this person behind him. And so I feel like you're kind of leaving someone in the dust. And I feel like you're closing out the world with the High Priestess. I actually don't think this is a bad thing. Sometimes I think with the High Priestess, we are just in a mode where we're trying to imagine our future reality. She has these three stages of the moon on her crown, and it says that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of every situation that she enters into, but she's trying to imagine it. She creates her reality with her imagination, and I feel like some of you, maybe you're closing out past negative cycles so that you can do that. With the Hangman, yes, you have the 6 wands, definitely on the road to success. I feel like you're heading towards major success here, Capricorn. We've been talking, I mean, literally, your readings for this year have been amazing, so it doesn't really surprise me. You have this wolf spirit that says, turn your knowledge into wisdom. There you go. Knowledge is just knowing something. Wisdom is the act of putting it into practice. I always tell people, it's like, if you're trying to learn a new language, for example, it's like you can learn a language from books, right? But there's a difference when you actually go and try to speak it. There are slang words. There are things that, cultural idioms and things like that you can't learn unless you kind of put your knowledge into wisdom, unless you practice it with, the actual scenario, right? So we can imagine how things are going to go all day long, but until we actually put things into action, we don't know. So I feel this is definitely encouraging you to take action on some things that you have been learning, and I think you're going to be very surprised by the results. You have the Judgment card, the Ace of Cups, and the Moon card. I do feel like the Moon, for whatever reason, is saying take a risk. It's like you don't know where something is going with this Moon card. You have a lot of Pisces energy here, so you could be dealing with the Pisces as well, but what I really feel this is saying is I don't think it's talking about Pisces, like dealing with the Pisces. It could be for some of you, obviously, but I think it's more saying tap into your intuition, but also you need to tap into that like more heart-based energy, and you need to go down this path. Again, I feel like you are going to be surprised by the results. That's literally what I'm getting here. You have the Ace of Cups, your heart, like I said. For some of you, I do feel there could be love coming in for you if you want it. I don't know if I said this, but this is the area of messages from your future self. And I feel like your future self is saying like, hey, there's something much, much better coming in for you if you're hoping for a love connection, Capricorn. And even if we go like this, you could be a little bit guarded, but I feel like there's a person coming in for you that could lead to marriage going this way. It could be any sign. You have basically everything here. And, what I would say is that I feel like it's something much, much different. I feel like this person, I'm getting the word sacrifice, like this, if this is a person you're attracting love, I feel like this person is willing to make sacrifices, but we're not talking about in a bad way. We're talking about how like maybe you're just used to relationships where you're the only one that is sacrificing anything. I feel like you're meeting a person who's willing to kind of make sacrifices on their end as well, which we all have to kind of do in relationships. But I feel like you're also willing to work with each other. So if there's things they want to do that you don't want to do, it's like maybe you're both willing to kind of go back and forth, right? And that's what I'm getting here. You have this Judgment card. I feel like you're getting a taste of the good life here, Capricorn. Sometimes I feel with the Judgment card, something good happens, right? I don't really have a good example. Maybe, it's like maybe you want to become successful. It's like my dream car is an Audi R8, right? Like if I had one car, I don't really care about cars, but if there was one car that I could own, it would be an Audi R8, right? And years and years and years ago for my birthday, my brother got me this like Audi R8 experience where I got to race one around a racetrack, right? And this was like a long ass time ago, but it's like still, it's like one of those experiences where it gave me a taste of what that could be like, right? And it kind of motivated me to work my ass off. So what I would say here is like, again, I that's kind of what I see here. It's like there's something happening for you where it gives you a taste of something great, something sweet. Could be love, business, money, whatever. And it's like, I think it's kind of waking you up and making you want to answer the call. This is your higher self angel, and your higher self angel is saying like, hey, everything you want is over here. They're standing in their coffins, which represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And they just have to leave the coffin. They just have to go through the transformation. And that's kind of like what I feel for you, is that this is saying by turning knowledge into wisdom, by not speculating, by actually putting something into action that you've been practicing or learning about, could be like business or something like that. I feel like you could have your Audi R8, whatever that is for you. With the Judgment card, you have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, too much speculation. 7 of Cups is up here, right? He's looking at the 7 cups. There's good things, bad things in those cups, but until he actually puts something into practice, he does not know the result he is going to get from a situation with the 7 of Cups. So it's time to put something into action. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Sun. Are you kidding me? I just threw it, too. So happiness, joy, abundance. You're definitely leaving behind a moon period. You're gaining more and more clarity. It's like the more, I think this is always true, of course, but the more action you take, the more clarity you're getting. With the moon, you have the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, you just have to get started. This is true for everybody. 6 of Pentacles, my card of planting seeds. It says, like, just take the smallest step that you possibly can in a new direction, you're going to be surprised by the results. I promise you, Capricorn. If you're, especially for those of you that like want to start a business, or maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to write a book, it's like that first step is going to lead to big results is kind of what I'm getting here. So I would definitely move in that direction. I love this, by the way, as well. You have 2 6s going this direction. 2 6s to me is like one of the best combinations in the tarot. It suggests that you're moving in the right direction. It's kind of like confirmation for your path. And then you go to the 2 wands. He literally needs to get started. He needs to go out into the real world. And so pretty simple reading here, Capricorn. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says spend more time on spiritual growth. I kind of feel that for you. I feel really it's heart. Like I feel maybe your head is in the right direction, but maybe you need to put a little bit more heart into something. I kind of think I said this to you in one of your more recent readings, and if I did, then I would say it's definitely true. You have this unlocking card. It says what was locked can now be open. You have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. Damn. But you have to get started. We should add that to the end of the sentence here. Actually, there's a thing that says blocks are there to tell you that you're steering off track. Again, trust your intuition. The moon, I will tell you that the moon actually is a warning, because the moon has these 2 pillars right here, and those 2 pillars are a warning to the fool to not get off his path. Basically, when we set out to do something, this says like you need to kind of stay the course and see something through to the end is what the moon says. It says don't get distracted by some shiny object or something new that could be happening. You have the strength card here. I feel like this is how people are going to see you, as being very strong. As I always say, she has her hands in a lion's mouth, and like who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So she's like showing off. She's doing something that is hard, that is difficult and challenging. So don't be afraid to stick your hand in a lion's mouth here, Capricorn. Not literally. We're talking about figuratively here, taking some sort of risk, doing things that you've never done before, or again, just getting started. You have the 6 wands. You are going to be victorious, for sure. I mean, this is a card of success and victory. It's a card of achievement as well. So it's kind of like, this is something you've earned. You've earned through the challenges and the difficulties that you've been going through. So there's clearly success. I also feel like you're getting a push here. Like I kind of feel like you're close, to whatever you're trying to accomplish. Horses in the tarot represent like assistance. And I feel like some of you are getting assistance or are being kind of like pushed forward here. You have the Hierophant as well. The Hierophant represents outside the box thinking, so don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to try new ideas. I would say don't be afraid to ask the universe for things either. He's the bridge, or the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He is the person who can communicate with both sides. So I kind of feel this is saying, like, don't be afraid to ask for the things you want. Don't be afraid to ask for obstacles to be removed from your path as well. Again, I feel like you're very, very close to success. And as I always say, one of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art, he always says when we're very close to success, that's when we experience the most resistance from people, places, and things in our life. So I feel like this is encouraging you to push past the resistance. With the Strength card, you have the Queen of Cups here. Definitely could be a water sign coming in for you. But again, the Queen of Cups is a card of your heart. It is the card of, like, normally she has that trophy, and that it looks like a trophy to me. It doesn't look like a cup that she's holding on to. And so it normally, traditionally, to me, kind of represents the fact that she really, really values her feelings. She really values what her heart is telling her to do. So that's exactly what I would be doing here. With the 6 of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Your emotions overflowing. A lot of happiness coming in for you. A lot of joy coming in for you here as well. So I would follow your heart. You have the Ace of Cups right next to each other. Could be a Leo coming in for you as well. But there's clearly some sort of overflow of emotion going on. Sorry, I'm not even on the right camera. Right here. So there's clearly some sort of, significant happiness or joy coming in for you, probably due to some sort of result. With the Hierophant, you have the Chariot. Boom. Love it. Chariot is a card of a victory. I'm pretty sure you've been getting the Chariot with me, and I'm pretty sure I've been telling you that the Chariot is all about, creating your own space in the world. He's leaving the city behind, and he's looking for his own place. He's looking for a place where he can stand out, where he can be his own unique, eccentric self with that eccentric card at the beginning, right? He doesn't want to follow the rules maybe of whoever rules the city or the rules of the city in general. He wants to set himself apart. And to me, that Strength card is also a card of setting yourself apart as well. Next, in the area of messages from your guides, you have the Shield card. It says you are safe from harm, so you are clearly protected at this time. For some of you, I get like a funky little situation here, maybe from a past person. Again, what I would say is this is more intuitive. It's not really showing up here on the reading. I would be careful. This might only be for one or two of you. I would be careful of getting baited into something with a past person. They might be trying to get you to, blow your lid off or something like that. And I would just ignore it at all costs because I feel like they're going to try to use that against you, basically. But other than that, I feel like you're protected. You have the Two of Wands, the High Priestess, and the King of Wands here. So this is your answer to the entire reading. This is a card of leaving a comfort zone. The story of him is that he rushed to a finish line. He feels like he accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish in life, but too quickly. And he didn't take his time. He didn't enjoy the journey. But if he just looked right here, he would see that he has the whole world in his hands. There's so much more for him to accomplish. There's so much more for him to do in life, but he just has to step outside of a comfort zone and do it. He has to leave where he has always been. And so, with Pluto going into Aquarius this year, I've been preaching this like crazy because I really feel if you want to be successful, that's what you have to do. You have the High Priestess, definitely time to trust your intuition. She has no roof over her head either on this card, and it kind of represents the fact that what she's thinking about has unlimited potential. There's nothing, if she takes action, then what she is thinking about has unlimited potential. So definitely time to take action. I feel like there's a lot of success opportunities coming in for you here as well. So I really like this High Priestess energy. I feel like you're in this like meditative place where you're kind of contemplating things, thinking about things like she is. But again, she has these 3 levels to her crown here, and they're 3 stages of the moon. And to me, she sees the beginning, middle, and end of every situation she enters into. Not necessarily intuitively, she's creating the beginning, middle, and end with her imagination. So I feel creating things with your imagination would be a good practice. You have the King of Wands. Again, this really tells me that you are going to take action with the High Priestess. Sometimes I worry about the High Priestess because she's like, no action. She needs to get started. And she also just represents potential. So, in a lot of ways, I think we don't take action on something that has potential because it's just potential. Potential doesn't exist. We have to breathe life into it. But the King of Wands, he's much more aggressive, hardworking, willing to be successful. He's much more enterprising as well. So he gets into a situation and he nurtures it into existence because he wants to get a result, right? And so it doesn't matter what this is. It could be a relationship, a business, could be, your personal health or personal development. I feel like you're very focused on kind of like getting the result that you desire, which again, I really like that a lot. With the Two of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. Yes, definitely could be love coming in for you, by the way. If you want love, I would say it's here. It's hilarious that your readings have been so focused on love recently, but there could be a very solid connection. If you don't want love, that's fine. The Two of Cups, and even if you do, I do get here a very spiritual connection in the reading. Two of Cups to me can represent you and your higher self, and we saw that right here. This is your higher self angel on the Judgment card right there. So I feel for a lot of you that your higher self is trying to guide you. This could be through signs, symbols, repeating numbers, maybe even you're watching TV and you hear something about something you were thinking about, like any of those things. Maybe you're thinking about a song, you hear it on the radio. I feel like these are like all forms of confirmation from your higher self that is whatever you're thinking about, move in that direction. People always ask me, what do I think of repeating numbers? And I always say, to me, it doesn't matter what the repeating number is. When I see repeating numbers over and over and over again, it's like my higher self, the universe saying, go this way, go in this direction, whatever you're thinking, follow your thoughts. It's going to lead to success. With the High Priestess, you have the Four of Swords. Yeah, didn't I say something about recovery, contemplation, or something like that with the High Priestess? I don't remember exactly what I said, but literally, I think I said basically the Four Swords. That's what I'm feeling here. It's like you're healing or you're in this place, this meditative place. I think I said that or something similar on the High Priestess. And yeah, I like it. With the King of Wands, you have the High Priestess. Yes, exactly why I'm not worried about the High Priestess because, again, I feel like you're in this position of taking action. I feel like you're willing to take action on the things that you need to do as well. You have the Chariot right here. So I love this reading, Capricorn. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. You have 1, 2, 3. Feel free to ask up to 3 questions in your head. Feel free to pause the reading if you need time to think of your questions. But we're going to do 1, 2, 3. If you don't have questions, that's fine too, because I'm going to put all 3 together just like a personalish reading. For question number 1, yes, I feel like you need to take a risk. She needs to, again, leave a comfort zone. All the 2s to me kind of represent needing to leave a comfort zone. Not all of them, but definitely the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. She has that new island behind her, And, she needs to realize that there could be new opportunity. There could be new things over there. Could be much better opportunities for her in her life as well, but she's not going to know if she doesn't take action. So I feel like some of you it's saying take action on what you're doing. For question number 2, hell yes. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely a change in your fortunes coming in for you. And for question number 3, I would say no. Everybody's had the Tower this week, so there could just be collective Tower moments going on. Again, I've been saying that I think for the next 20 years, if I'm still on YouTube, this will be happening. Collective Tower moments. But there's clearly some sort of change in your reality or change in your life going on here with the Wheel of Fortune, or there's like some sort of turnaround happening for you as well. So this looks very successful to me. I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you, Capricorn. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.